When Pieter Hugo received a picture from a friend of men walking around with hyenas attached to chains, he was mortified. How could someone do this to an animal, he thought. The paper who published the photo he was sent claimed the pictures were taken in the streets of Lagos. It also accused the men of being bank robbers, bodyguards, drug dealers, and debt collectors. Hugo was speechless. How could these people be allowed to commit such heinous animal abuse crimes right out in public? He decided to travel to Lagos and see what was going on for himself. After getting there, however, he realized that not everything was as it appeared. The story behind the photo was far more interesting and more humane than he'd ever thought possible. This is the photo that started Hugo's incredible journey across the world. He wanted to investigate the men who walked around the streets of Lagos with hyenas and other animals on chains. When the photo was first sent to him, it was stated that the men who do this were violent criminals. Hugo was then educated as to what these men actually were. They are known as Gadawan Kura, which roughly translated means hyena handlers and trainers. When he met them, they were living in a shanty town on the outskirts of a village. The living situation was quite unique. There was a group of men, a little girl, 3 hyenas, 4 monkeys, and a few rock pythons all living together. Hugo decided to accompany the group on their travels for the next 8 days. In that time, he learned that they weren't in fact the violent criminals that they were made out to be. They were actually just simple traveling entertainers who would wow crowds with their animal performances. They also sell traditional medicine. He also learned that this is how generations of their people before them have made a living. They were simply practicing a cultural tradition. Hugo said that they caused a huge scene when they would walk down the street. The atmosphere would instantly change when they made their presence known. Most people, me included, when they see these photos, they automatically jump to the well-being of the animal. Hugo is quick to point out that though these people might have permits from the Nigerian government to have these animals as pets, Nigerian citizens aren't quite as concerned with the well-being of the animals as they are the survival of the humans. Europeans invariably only ask about the welfare of the animals, but this question misses the point, says Hugo. Instead, perhaps, we could ask why these performers need to catch wild animals to make a living, or why they are economically marginalized, or why Nigeria, the world's 6th largest exporter of oil, is in such a state of disarray. His hard-hitting questions, along with the provocative photography, has gotten people talking about the real issues facing this country. Hugo's photographs are sure to keep turning heads, as are these men, as long as they're around. This is definitely a very unique practice. I have some reservations about the use of animals like this. I personally don't think that any wild animal should be kept as a pet, especially big cats and dogs. These animals are designed to exist in the wild, not be controlled by human hands. I'm all for keeping your culture alive, but there are some things that need to be cast aside in the world we live in now. On the other hand, however, this is probably the only way these people have to make a living, and survival is always the ultimate goal. No matter what side you're on, these pictures are incredibly thought-provoking, and they seem to be starting a conversation that is desperately needed. Please share this story of these Gadawan Kura with all of your friends.